I was born with a unique gift. My blood is a natural antidote, capable of neutralizing any poison. The aloof heir of a powerful family, Damian Blackwood, was bitten by a venomous snake and was on the brink of death. In that critical moment, I sliced my wrist and bled to save him. Only later did I learn that whoever saved Damian Blackwood's life would secure their place as the future Mrs. Blackwood. But the first thing Damian did after inheriting the family empire was drain me dry, then had me chopped up and fed to his dogs. Willow clearly brought the antidote. If I'd just waited 5 more minutes, I could have openly married her. But you had to butt in, snatching her rightful place as Mrs. Blackwood, driving her to desperate suicide. You claim your blood can cure all poisons. I'd like to see how many antidotes your blood can produce now. My blood was completely drained, and I was thrown into a fight pit, my body torn to shreds. My parents, after being driven to bankruptcy by the Blackwoods, both took their own lives, driven to despair. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day Damian Blackwood was poisoned. Mrs. Blackwood looked at me with hopeful eyes. I hear you have a unique medicinal constitution. Would you be willing to save my son's life? I quickly shook my head. Everything they say outside is just rumors. Besides, using blood as medicine, how unsanitary is that? You don't need to worry, Mrs. Blackwood. I heard Ms. Willow Hayes is rushing over with a special antidote. Young Master Blackwood will surely pull through. A faint sense of anticipation stirred within me. Without me to cure his poison, Damian Blackwood wouldn't just lose his chance at inheriting the family business, he'd be lucky to last another month. Mrs. Blackwood hadn't even had time to hide her disappointment when suddenly, a heart-wrenching shout echoed through the hall. Everyone fell silent instantly, not daring to make a sound. A flurry of urgent footsteps approached from outside the door. Several bodyguards worked together to carry Damian Blackwood in. His eyes were tightly shut, half his arm a horrifying black purple. It was a ghastly sight. The grand hall erupted into chaos. Many people shrieked, backing away. Mr. Blackwood's face was a dark storm cloud, truly terrifying. What good are you useless bodyguards? I told you to protect him closely. How could you let the young master get bitten by a venomous snake? The bodyguards hung their heads, sweat dripping down their temples, but not one dared to talk back. Just then, Willow Hayes was pushed to the front. It wasn't their fault. Damian always said he didn't like too many people following him. A doctor rushed forward, quickly examining Damian Blackwood's injury. Damian's body suddenly trembled violently, and he slowly opened his eyes. It's Willow. She risked her life to bring me the antidote. If it weren't for her, I'd probably be dead already. The doctor beside him quietly added, indeed. If it weren't for the unique effectiveness of Miss Hayes's antidote, the consequences would have been unthinkable. Hearing the doctor's words, Mr. Blackwood's expression finally softened slightly, his gaze shifting to Willow. You saved Damian's life. You are a great benefactor to the Blackwood family. Tell me, what do you want? As long as it's within my power, I won't refuse. Willow's eyes flickered with a faint light. She stole a glance at Damian, her lips moving, but she couldn't seem to utter a single word. Damian's expression was grim. Suddenly, he reached out and took her hand in his. Dad, Willow is too shy to speak. I'll speak for her. His voice was firmer than ever before. I'm going to marry Willow. I don't care what anyone says outside. She saved my life, and I want to spend my life repaying her. The atmosphere in the hall abruptly froze. Everyone gasped. Willow was just the daughter of the Blackwoods housekeeper. Though she and Damian had grown up together, her background was simply not respectable enough. The Blackwood family had never once considered her as a future daughter-in-law. Mr. Blackwood frowned, a clear look of displeasure flashing in his eyes. Mrs. Blackwood suddenly spoke, her voice chilling. You want to marry a housekeeper's daughter? Do you want everyone to laugh at the Blackwood family? You are the future heir of the Blackwood empire. Are you truly unaware of the stakes involved? Damian turned his head to look at Willow, who stood beside him. He made up his mind and slowly spoke. I understand the responsibilities of the Blackwood heir, but I believe managing this corporation requires capability and skill, not clinging to a partner's influence. The position I want, I'll fight for it myself. I won't rely on outsiders. With that declaration, the room fell